Hello everyone, welcome back Inside Manhattan Athletics. I'm Joe Clifford, joined by head men's and women's cross country coach Kerri Gallagher. Kerri, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
And you have the MAAC championships coming up this weekend down in Orlando. Your first MAAC championships, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I mean, these athletes are ready to go, and I'm just excited for them.
And obviously the weather is going to be a little bit different than it is in the Northeast in October. But the team has raced in hot conditions earlier this year. How much do you think that's going to help?
Yeah, I mean, our first meet of the season was very, very hot, very humid, and we had a couple tastes of that early on. And then last week we actually got kind of a blast of summer. So we were working out probably in fairly similar conditions. So I'm just hoping they kind of hold on to that feeling and remember it, you know, when it comes Saturday when we're looking to race well.
But at the same time, it probably will make a difference going from, you know, the 50-degree weather you've had all week, then you go down there and it'll be in the 80s.
You know, it's you always want to prepare yourself, you know, in training for what you're going to do on race day. But at the end of the day, every team is going to be dealing with the same thing. We don't have any teams in the conference that are down in Florida training in this weather, so everyone's facing the same obstacles. So we really have to just go in there ready to compete and know that we've trained through that type of weather and that we've got, you know, great training in our legs and we're ready to go.
It's been a very successful season for the team so far. Obviously, the men winning the Metropolitan Championship for the first time in 15 years. Amir Kagani finishing third in that race. Women's side as well. Caroline Ferry, Caitlin Smith have been having tremendous seasons. So what are you looking for from them at the MAAC meet?
Well, to me, what's been so exciting and has really kind of led to our success as a team is that we've been running like a team. I mean, from our first race to, you know, last week in Albany when we were competing, we've really went from kind of, you know, 5 to 7 separate runners to now running in packs. And it's a different mix of people every time. You know, it's not the same 5 people scoring. It's not the same 5 people having their best day. So that's kind of where our strength is, I think, in that we're a pretty well-rounded, diverse team, and they know, you know, each athlete knows they've got other, you know, teammates that have their back. So they don't have to have their best day, but they're motivated to have their best day for their teammates.
And in the past few years, the team has not really had the type of success at the MAAC meet that they've wanted to. What is your expectation? What place would you like to see to consider successful this weekend?
You know what? We just want to improve. It's the first year, you know, that I'm coaching. It's you know, they're adapting to a new program. A lot of the athletes on my team are young. We got a lot of sophomores, a few freshmen, no seniors who are competing. So we're young. Everything's pretty new, and so, you know, I think anything placing higher than we did last year, which was 6th for the men, 7th for the women, anything higher than those places, I'll be happy with. But, you know, there's no reason why they can't be, you know, shooting for those top places. And it's a competitive conference. But I was, you know, looking at some of the results from the other teams over the past couple weeks, I think it's going to be really exciting on both the men's and the women's side. I think there's a few teams that are going to be kind of gunning for those, you know, second through whatever spots, and it's just going to be a fun meet to watch and hopefully to participate in for them.
Yeah, speaking of those other teams, the Iona men obviously are a juggernaut, nationally ranked. I don't even know how many consecutive MAAC championships, but it's a lot. And then on the women's side, Quinnipiac actually beat Iona last year. So are you expecting those two teams to kind of to separate themselves, or or do you think you'll be in the mix with them as well?
I think Iona is going to, especially particularly on the men's side, is really going to have the edge. But that second place spot is, I think, open to, you know, as many as 5 teams. I don't think anything's set in stone, and especially since we're all going down to Florida and there's some, you know, other kind of aspects of this race that are different than what we're all used to. I think it's going to be exciting, and that, you know, every team has a shot at a good day. So, you know, Iona is obviously the strongest team in the conference. I think we could all agree to that, but every place after that is kind of up for grabs.
The cross-country championships are a little unique in that in most sports, you know, the MAAC championships at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Cross-country, you still have the NCAA regional meet and the ECAC meet after this. So how do you gauge the importance of a conference championship while still, you know, being in the middle of your season?
Yeah, well, it's particularly for our program at Manhattan, you know, we're looking to be successful and really kind of come together at the conference championship. You know, to me, it's always about kind of taking those steps. And so, you know, realistically looking at the regional meet, we're not going to necessarily make it out of that to nationals. So, you know, we want to kind of take those steps to get to that point. But at where we are right now, I think we can be very, very competitive in our conference. So that all the training has been kind of geared towards MAACs. That's where we want to be successful. But we've got a great base under us, so there's no reason why we can't carry that success through the rest of the season. And then in a couple of years, or however long it takes to maybe be, a regionally ranked team, we might shift our training a little bit and push things back. But the MAAC conference is a big deal. And it's particularly for our program, we'd look to be successful there. So that's the focus of our training.
The races are on Saturday. They will be live on ESPN3. How exciting is that for the program?
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. People from home and all over can kind of see how we're doing live. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
And if you don't want to get up at 8 a.m., they will be replayed on ESPN3 later in the day. The men's race gets underway at 8. The women's start at 9. Again, you can watch those races on ESPN3 on Saturday morning. Kerri Gallagher, thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And this has been Inside Manhattan Athletics.